this is the final segment of our program today as we continue our conversation with EthanQuant from Elite Wellness Solutions. Bianca?
Yes, I find it so interesting and just makes my heart happy that companies would want to take the time to invest in their employees' health. And it makes all the sense in the world, because if you're going to invest in training or something, why would you not invest in health to keep your associates healthy and they're running your company? And also, as a company, you're a family, so you should care about each other and the health. You know, so I think that the fact that you've come up with this idea to go into companies and that companies are actually accepting this and wanting to treat their employees to it speaks volumes about the Bahamas and where we're going with this health issue.
I should ask you, how expensive is this?
Well, it's relative. I mean, like I said, all aspects of the program is customized based on the needs of the company. We are very sensitive to the fact that, you know, financial constraints are a reality on certain things. And so the thing is that we work with the company to provide the best possible product or programming rather based on their needs. And so that's something we don't have. It isn't like a restaurant where you go in and we have a menu and you can just pull and it has a set price. We design everything specifically for the needs of the company. And I mean, to the point that Bianca said, we do have some companies here in the Bahamas who are very progressive and who understand and appreciate that their employees' well-being is a priority, and so they have programming in place, or they have some element of programming in place, or they want to do something. But we also have companies, I mean, we literally, as far as corporate wellness programming goes, we are so far behind the rest of the world, because we have companies who still take the standpoint that, well, if the people want dead, they can dead. You know, that's them. Their health is their responsibility, and they have not recognized that, all right, these individuals put in at least 1/3 of their life here, making your company better. You do, as an employer, have a responsibility to facilitate it.
Yeah, but people should take personal responsibility for who they are, what they're going to become. You took personal responsibility for your health.
Right.
You were 300 pounds, now you're down to what, 200?
Right.
All right? You took personal responsibility for that.
Yes, I did.
So why should somebody, people can encourage you, they can encourage you to lose weight or to take care of yourself, but I'm not saying that employers should not get involved.
Right.
But the overriding responsibility is that of you, the person, right?
No, I totally agree. I totally agree. But we have to understand and appreciate that you have to meet people where they are. All right? Everybody approaches everything differently. And the fact is that I am, and I have recognized this, in the vast minority of people. You know, I was very motivated to get something done and to transform my body. But
you just allowed yourself, you let yourself go.
Let myself go?
Yeah, you just allowed yourself to run wild. You ate everything you found. You ate all the ice cream and all the fried food and drank all the beers. And then
but I was loving myself, though.
And then you say, well, you know, the employer should put a program together for you?
No, well, here's the thing. This is where I'm talking about meeting people where they are, right? It was one thing, and this was a challenge that I had, because even when I made the decision myself to go in and do better, I would go into a staff meeting at work, or I would go into meeting with companies, and then the food would be there. So that's the challenge. You have an event, a corporate event, and you're eating, you know, you have all the peas and rice and the macaroni and all the food that I am personally trying not to have. You have it out there because this is the environment that we live.
And you couldn't discipline yourself, your mind, to say, well, you know, I'm not going to have that today because, you know, I'm too fat.
It's a challenge, and that's
a challenge.
That's all we're saying.
You pass fast food joints all the time.
Yes.
Why can't you condition yourself and bring a level of discipline to yourself to say that I'm not going to eat that today, or I'm not going to have 4 or 5 beers today?
Well, well. It's just like an alcoholic hanging out at a bar or working at a bar every day, you know? We have these addictions, but wouldn't it be wonderful if we could know that at work we have healthy options for food? At school, where we send our children to school, they have healthy options for food.
I agree.
You know, instead of always being surrounded by it, always having to test your willpower. And one thing also, what I love that you're saying, and my dad has actually been doing this for a long time in his company, where he only offers organic food in his place, no sodas, no chips. Nothing like that. You're welcome to leave the property and go find your food elsewhere, go to a fast food place, but you can't bring it into the building. And then also he has incentives for people. They take anybody that wants to participate takes their weigh in and does their best weight for their age. And they have a reward system after, and they make it like a game. Yeah. And then they have a gym. And so they're able to work out at work, and they find that they're happier as a group to be doing this and to have a little competition involved also. And then the whole place is getting more healthy together.
And you're more productive.
And more productive. And also, I think that when you work out, it's better for your brain, right? Yeah, also.
That was going to be a point that I was going to speak to now. I mean, we have companies who would not, right here, who would not invest in a corporate wellness program for their employees, but they have a degree program. So they have where you can go to school, get a degree. The company would pay for that because the company recognizes that if my person is more educated, they can contribute more to my bottom line. Mm-hmm. What we're trying to get companies to understand and appreciate as well is that if you have a healthier, fitter workforce, it contributes greatly. It contributes positively to the bottom line. As well as if you have an obese and inactive workforce, it contributes negatively to the bottom line. I mean, healthcare costs right now as a country, we're talking about just under $900 million a year in healthcare costs between the public and private sector.
How much is it?
Just under 900 million.
900 million.
Right. Of course, companies, Bahamian companies that employ Bahamians are in that number. And so it just, even from a financial standpoint or from a business standpoint, it makes sense to invest in the health and well-being of your employees.
No, you make absolute good sense. And you're talking about reducing the level of absenteeism as well. Right. And bringing a higher level of productivity on the staff, among staff. And what your father does, Bianca, is fantastic because he is into health and fitness. And I'm sure he's encouraging his employees around the world to be fit. But again, one has to take responsibility for one's health.
Right.
And you, no matter how much he encourages his employees to be well and to eat properly, they have to understand, get it in their minds, that they want to be healthy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
No,
and as you have done.
I agree. And all I'm saying is that I feel as though the responsibility of the company is to be or put the employee in the best possible position to have that done. Mm-hmm. Yes. Because, like I said, I mean, just like we talk about any other addiction, alcoholism, drugs, all of those, you wouldn't just say, okay, well, go to the crack house if you're a recovering crack addict or if you're trying to get off of crack. You wouldn't do the things that drug addicts do if you're a recovering drug addict.
Let's say I participate in your program as a company, and I have a cafeteria, which is well appointed, but I see the young men and women here walking through the door at lunchtime with greasy bags.
Right.
And you go in the cafeteria and you see them eating all the fries and all the whatever else. What do I do as an employee if I'm in your program?
Well, if you're just like Ms. Naga, you can do what you want to do outside of the property.
Don't bring it in.
You can bring it in, just like how you would
do.
But
it's my right to eat what I want to eat.
But not in your, not in that building.
Not in, as an employee of Jones Communication Network, of JCN, you cannot bring this food in. Just like how they would not be able to light a cigarette in the middle of the cafeteria.
Right.
If they're smokers, if they want to smoke, I don't know what the policies are, but I'm assuming if they want to smoke,
Go
they have to go
outside.
outside. And some
Okay, you fellas, you're listening? No fatty food in my cafeteria.
You know, but this is what these are the things that we work with companies to develop. We come and we do a nutritional costing on the cafeteria, and we help you to develop policies. And of course, it's going to take time, but you as an employer, it's just like being a parent. You know, you have to do the things that they may not like, but you know it's in their best interest. I tell my daughter all the time. My daughter knows that she doesn't eat fast food with me, not because fast food is quote unquote bad, but because you should appreciate. I tell her, Daddy loves you, I'm not going to feed you that. I'm going to feed you the best. And that's why she eats it, because her perception of the best for her is things that's going to actually help her and add value to her.
But everything in moderation, Mr. Quant. Why can't she be treated every now and then?
See, but even the terminology of a treat,
Yes.
that is damaging and all, because what happens is we have a culture of treating ourselves. When somebody gets married, what do? We eat. Somebody graduates, we eat. Somebody gets promotion, we eat, we drink. Somebody dies, we eat, we drink. We have a society that really social interaction revolves around food.
Yes, but what is wrong with that? It's what you eat.
I agree.
And how much you consume.
I agree, but what I'm saying is that we have to recognize and call it what it is. We aren't ranked 6th per capita in the world for obesity because, we have this, we exercise this moderation. We don't. And so because we don't, we need to now address it for what it is. It's a problem.
So your company has been doing well?
Well, like I said, we're the only company that specializes in corporate wellness programming. It's relatively new in the Bahamas, and so really just trying to, it's an educational process. We do have companies that are working with us and that we're working with, but it's an uphill battle because we are fighting a culture. What's happening in corporate Bahamas is only reflective of what's happening in the wider population. And so we have our work cut out.
We have 23,000 public servants you're getting in
we're working,
government agencies?
We're working with the ministry. Actually, we're the resident health and fitness experts for the Healthy Bahamas Coalition, which is a joint initiative between the government, the private sector, and civic society. And so we're working with them. We're also working with the Ministry of Health, trying to get our healthcare providers healthy as well. And so, like I said, it's
trying to get nurses and doctors healthy.
Healthy, yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. That's something that
because a whole lot of them are obese as well.
But like I say, they live in a country where 89% of the population is obese.
Okay.
It was almost a blessing that that these statistics came out for the Bahamas, so it could be such an eye opener, and it just made. I always used to think about how accepting we were here for obesity, versus like maybe Los Angeles or something. People are kind of repulsed by obesity, right? Yeah. So then in Los Angeles, for example, everybody rides their bikes and they're running and roller skating, and there's places where you could do it. Like they had sidewalks. We didn't even have sidewalks pretty much at one point besides downtown. Yeah. Now I see that we have the sidewalks are built, and now you see the people, as soon as they built that sidewalk in front of Bahamar, all of a sudden, boom, people working out, tons of people working out because we have a sidewalk now. You know what I mean? Now here we can find these foods that are terrible for us all the time. And it's actually, a lot of it is our Bahamian food. You know what our Bahamian food is, right? Well, then there's California, and that food that they call their California food is all healthy food. That's their staple, is like these healthy California drinks, healthy California this and that. It's that we are California, we are healthy. And then we're over here like with this different thing, and then our portion sizes and stuff. And then we get these portions, and they're piled up on the plate, and somebody cooked it for us. It's a great cook. We don't want to hurt their feelings, so we overstuff ourselves, and they think that it's rude if we don't eat it all. But really, we got to change our mentality, because guess what? In California, it's rude if you would give me such big portions and expect me to not take it home. So we got to kind of change what is rude here. And I was just thinking, I've been on a diet plan. I've been talking about my weight all the time. I've been doing things, I've been going up and down and stuff. And I really find it that, I love cheesecake. You know that somebody the other day just made me a cheesecake and brought it over because they want to treat me? What kind of treat is that? You know what I mean?
What you say you love it?
No, but the thing is, I love cheesecake. That means get it away from me, as far away from me as possible, because I've been talking about that I'm unhappy with my weight, and so why are they bringing me a cheesecake? I'm not going to just eat my one thing of cheesecake. I don't even need one thing of cheesecake.
So what did you do?
I ate this. And then you feel so bad. But I was just thinking about our concept.
You see, it comes back to discipline again.
Yes, but
why weren't you disciplined enough to say,
it's about,
no, thank you?
Why the person brings it over, and I'm trying to think about that I'm being polite to the person. But now that I think about it, that person's really rude to bring it over.
Okay.
But I mean, it's just the same thing. If I was a cocaine addict, right? It's enabling. If I was a cocaine addict, and I'm trying to get over my cocaine addiction, and I say I don't want any cocaine, why are you going to bring me some cocaine?
No, that's a little different.
No, it's the exact. But that's the problem. It's enabling. I mean, we say it's different because, of course, I mean, drugs are an extreme, but what I'm saying is the psychological effects of our relationship with food, our addiction to food. Addiction is addiction, whether it's food, whether it's alcohol, whether it's drugs, whether it's bad relationships. Addiction is addiction.
Okay. Anyway, don't take any cheesecake from Bianca. All right?
No.
Thank you so very much for being here today.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Thank you, Bianca.
Thank you.
As I said, you bring wonderful guests as always, and I thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching and listening to our program today with EthanQuant. I think he is doing a fantastic job. Good evening, everyone.